This world has been connected, tied to the darkness, soon to be completely eclipsed.
Hello there, Sorry from 17 once again. This is my Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, Proud Difficulty video walkthrough. We're once again returning to the Colosseum and we're doing another one of the cups. You'll notice I'm now carrying the, I think it's called Three Wishes Keyblade, which is one of the shorter ones, but it's really good critical hit radius on it. It hits crits all the time. I've now got my Sonic Blade ability, as you can see it popping up as the triangle above the command section. And it's just a bunch of standard enemies that I'm chasing down on this game because it can be a nightmare to catch sometimes. But from the looks, we've got the ghost guys that were inside Monstro, which I can't remember the name of them, so I'll go to the section in the guide that tells me exactly what the dudes are. He's called a Search Ghost, by the way, that dude. Pretty standard stats, I've already shared them. But the second one is 2 bandits, 3 barrel spiders, and 4 shadows. So the bandits here are the most dangerous, but don't ignore the barrel spiders, because the problem with those barrels is they have a suicide move that does so much damage. Like, there's a fight on, I think it's the Hercules Cup, where all it is barrels and pot spiders, and they can insta-kill you at the beginning if they all do it. It's one of the most intimidating attacks in the game, by far. And bearing in mind that Proud is really difficult. But this is the Pegasus Cup, if anybody wants to know which one we're on. And we've got some fat bandits, we've got some large bodies, we've got some barrel spiders, some pot spiders. I recommend doing aerial moves to avoid the ground shock waves that eventually will be happening here. If any attacks turn up that you can't have time to dodge, use the iframes from Sonic Blade if you're willing to use some MP. But you should be... See, I just used it then to evade the slap. They do like a sumo slap, which is very dangerous, but nothing too challenging. One of the things to bear in mind, if you're having difficulty in the Colosseum, just give your characters more items. More items equals more better, equals more success. Let's have a look. So 5 pot spiders, 3 yellow operas, and 2 green requiems. So once again, the green requiems, all they do is heal. They heal, and I think they buff. That's it. The yellow dudes, they're going to hit you with lightning and melee attack. And then the pots are the real threat here, because they're the ones that every so often they'll just decide to kamikaze you, so you want to be really careful. Super careful, in fact. But for anybody wondering, I do have a whole bunch of optional bosses videos coming quite shortly. Actually, I'll probably put them up before the guide is finished, because a lot of people have been asking for the optional bosses, because there's things like Sephiroth and Phantom and Kurt Zisa and the Ice Titan, and I've done them all except for the new one in the Final Mix game, because he absolutely shit on my cereal the other day, and I can't figure out a good way of hurting him without taking damage. And I don't want it to just be, here's me spamming heal to win, because it doesn't help that many people, because anybody can do that. That's Dynasty Warriors at that point. But a couple of fat bandits, a couple of search ghosts. Watch out for the triple hits there on the breath attack, and then watch out for the torrent of flames that he does. But we've got MP, we've got magic. It's all pretty simple at this point. So just keep smacking them. Always hit them from behind. Be careful when you bounce off, because they'll almost certainly, deal big damage on the counter hit that they catch you with. And this is Proud difficulty, and we don't have that much life. This difficulty, for the most, after the initial start of the game, it's not that bad. But every so often you get reminded that you're vulnerable and you can be killed. So you want to be super, super safe at times. And as you can see, Donald and Goofy have both died, because on Proud difficulty, it is difficult for them to survive. Even when you give them all the abilities that help them, they can still be less than optimal. And I feel a little underpowered for this, because considering that I'm not killing these things all that fast at all. But the cool thing about Colosseum is you can do it at any level, so if you don't want to run the risk of a struggle, or if you don't want to do it at all, you can just skip it. But you can come back here at level 100 and shit on everything, because that's how this game works. But I've been playing a lot of Chain of Memories, and Chain of Memories is very hard compared to this game. Like, this game, if you've got an understanding of how to evade and when to hit, you can be successful. On that game, even when you know those things, you can still be unsuccessful, because there's these numbers that the cards have that can destroy your own cards if you put one that's lower. and healing items have numbers, so if the enemy is attacking you with a high numbered card, you can't even heal. It's so dangerous. But this is the 4th seed, it's 3 black fungus. They're very easy because all they do is try and poison you, they take a beating and they turn to stone. When they petrify themselves, there's no point attacking them because you bounce off. That aside, this is the easiest wave so far. But 96 experience you get from those. It's insane how much they give you. And there isn't a low level, you know, grinding XP method using that that enemy in Agrabah. Which is quite notorious if you look online, because the first thing you seem to find on these games is like fast ways to do EXP, fast ways to do this. Everybody wants this shortcut to success. It's amazing. This is a dangerous wave. If these things suicide near you, there's nothing you can do. See that? Like, if I did not have Aero 1 then, I would probably be down to 1/10 of my life. I can't convey how dangerous this wave is. And if you've got guard, you can try guarding it, but the timing on guard is tricky too. So you want to be super careful. But just get your hits in, counter punch, do what you can, and you should be okay. You can get quite a lot of tech bonuses with this enemy because they're very slow to attack. So that's the end of that wave, and we gradually move on. But I'm having a lot of fun with Kingdom Hearts, and I don't even know what word that is. I've bought Kingdom Hearts 2 again, because I can't find the copy I bought on the day it came out. And it's really sad, because I'm not so much a collector of games, but if it's a game I really like and I still like, I want to still own it. So it's kind of frustrating that I'm paying for something I already own, and then once again I'm paying for something that in 6 months or 8 months they're going to re-release in a high-def version anyway. So against my better judgment, I'm getting the game because I'm in a big Kingdom Hearts mood. So I don't know if I can capture it, because the last time I tried to capture a PS2 game, the video quality was terrible. Absolutely terrible. It just kept desyncing and having issues, and just not good. So just expect, you know, a decent coverage of Kingdom Hearts on the channel, because it's something that I'm really digging at the moment. Like, I've done as much as I can on this game. The rest of the things to do with it are the silly things, like, you know, filling out the journal. Stuff I did on the original version, which I just don't really have the patience for it, because I'm not interested in trophies at all. You know, if there were achievements, I would jump on them, and I just don't know why I don't feel the same, and it's really sad that I don't feel the same. But this is the one you are looking for if you're watching this video. This is Yuffie and Leon at the same time. So the strategy here is simple, but it's so easy to die, especially if you come here at low level. You need to kill Yuffie. If you don't kill her, she's going to heal herself and she's going to throw shit at you because she's annoying. But the weakness in her attack is she can't handle you when you're up close, so you can get a lot of combos off. You can really get in her face, you can stun her, you can stop her from attacking, you can cause chaos. And because you're swinging your sword so fervently, you're probably going to take some attacks as well, so you're going to get a little bit of experience, you're going to keep yourself alive, and you won't take too much damage. But you can't watch Leon unless you're extremely gifted at moving the camera and focusing on something else at the same time, which can be done, but I don't recommend it because it's like fighter pilot shit at that point. So just beat on her, get her down, get her killed, and then you can focus on Leon. And Leon's a cream puff when he's on his own, because he fights really predictably, and you can punish a lot of what he does. But the only thing really to watch out for against Leon is if he gets those cheeky hits on you, and when he powers up his weapon. Because even though his attacks are the same as they were back when you beat him in Traverse Town, you know, they still hurt, and you want to be aware of it. But now you've got Goofy and Donald, you're much stronger, and you can actually practice guarding if you want to. Because I've been guarding against these bosses just to see if I can get some interesting strategies to bring in videos, and I've been having a lot of success, so it's okay. But just keep your life up, keep on soldiering forward. And here he goes. This is him powering up, so I assume it's the equivalent of his, you know, Renzo Kuken, his limit break, and his sword gets massive. And he'll do that, so you can either wait for him to run at you like this, where he does the double slash and then punish him, and if you do the air punish, it's almost guaranteed to knock him back. So that's the best way to attack. But just be careful, because timing it can be tricky, and sometimes you'll land, do the combo, he'll get hyper armor, and he'll hit you. And it's one of those unnecessary hits that does happen. And it's just the little bits of precision I would like in the future of this series. Like Kingdom Hearts 3 can be so good if it really tries, and I'm very excited for it. But keep on dodging him, keep on striking him. He's got a bit of life, takes a bit of a beating, and as I've mentioned, we are a little bit weak for this cup, but skill can supersede, you know, weakness, and hopefully you should be okay. And there, that was a good example of missing the aerial attack and potentially being vulnerable to a counter. But my team is dead, and it doesn't matter, because when it's one-on-one with Leon, that's when it's easiest, because it's just you and him. There's no distractions, there's no bullshit, you know, AI locking on nonsense. It's just you and your opponent. So I go in with the Sonic Blade, which is not doing the best damage, but I used it because I expected him to reprise with a slash, and he didn't. But that attack is easy to dodge, easy to punish. You know, it's paint by numbers at this point. It's just do your job, and you'll have the cup finished. And I don't know what we get for beating this cup. And I could look in the book next to me, but it'd be better to have the surprise of beating the cup. So we'll take out Squall, and then we'll continue on. And these kind of characters, I believe, are summons in Chain of Memories, because I've got Cloud, and he's a summon card, he's a blue card. So that's pretty cool. I didn't realise that was going to be a thing. But there's his Fireball. You already know how to dodge the Fireball if you've been watching the guide, because it's pretty predictable. That slash right there, I'm trying to tease him into doing it so that he'll go into his running stance, but it's better to keep distance. If you keep distance, he'll do the jump, or he'll run. And that's what you really want to look into. But he's coming close to death here. If Goofy was half competent, he'd have killed him by now, but there he goes, 400 experience, and you've just beaten the Pegasus Cup. So congratulations, let's see what we get for it. After the loading screen. I really shouldn't put my drink on the same station as my mic. I need a shock mount, but there you go. So there's the cup. Yes! We are the best. Skip this scene. That was great, says Hercules, emphatically. Yeah, come on guys, what do we get? What do we get? Anything? Nothing! Wow! Lies! But thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it helped, and you take care now.